Hey literacy lovers, welcome to Tuesday Tales. It's Space Week, so it's time to talk about all things astronauts and planets and rocket ships and all of that fun stuff. So, hey Renee, we are going to jump in with all of these space books. For any of you that are watching this after the fact, just throw down hashtag replay in the comments. Some of you may have seen I did a poll on Friday because I want to do some fun space giveaways for you guys. And you all voted that you wanted to do multiple prizes, but multiple smaller prizes. So over the week, I'm going to be giving you guys some opportunities to win those. And I will share a little bit more about that later. But I wanted to make sure that you knew I did not forget about that. We are going to be doing giveaways this week, but I want to jump in because I have a good stack of space books to share with you guys. So I'm going to get started. One of my favorites for little space lovers, this was actually one of the very first Usborne books that I bought after I became a consultant. You can tell it's been really well loved in our house. We have read this probably a million times. I am not even exaggerating. I Want to Be an Astronaut. We also have I Want to Be a Lion Tamer. This is really great board book material for toddlers, preschoolers. When I grow up, I want to be a race car driver. It goes through all these different, oh, you guys, I'm not even doing it in the frame. And we'll get to the astronaut part. But on each page, as it shares what they want to be, it talks a little bit about what you would do in that profession, but on a level that a toddler or preschooler could understand. So when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. I'll float around inside my space shuttle. I'll eat all my food from special packets, and I'll use my jetpack to go on amazing space adventures. I love this because then I can have that conversation with my now almost 7-year-old about what that means to eat his food out of special packets and to float around in a spaceship. Then you turn the page after the astronaut one and it says, I can be any of these things when I grow up, but I don't need to decide just yet. I can just dream of having big adventures, which I also love because it is not stressing your kids out about deciding when they're 5 what they want to be when they grow up. They can just explore and be creative and have fun. Speaking of creative kids, mine are being really loud right outside the door. They're playing pretend. We hope that's what they're doing. Okay. Another one that is great for like preschool toddlers is our My Very First Space book. Again, I've shared some of the My Very First books. We love them around here. They're a really great transition bridge. I like to talk about bridging books. They're a really great bridge book from board books to picture books that are a little bit, because they're like board books, but they're a little bit thinner board book material, so your kids can feel like they have big kid books, if that makes any sense. But this gives them kind of a good first peek at nonfiction. It helps them learn facts in little snippets. If you ever become an Usborne consultant and you go to convention with us, Peter Usborne shares that he loves to make sure that there's text in little pockets, that it's not like big blocks, because kids get really overwhelmed by that. I'm an adult, I get really overwhelmed by that. So I love how on every page there's little like TV satellites and pictures to your television. Earth is covered by a layer of gases called the atmosphere. So all little nuggets that they're learning as they go through. They get to feel like big kids because they've got this cool informational book, but you don't have to worry about it getting destroyed if they get too excited about the pages. We really like this series in our house. We've liked them for a long time. We have the animals one, also Very First Space book. Really good bridge when you have those younger kiddos that are really interested in outer space and astronauts. I'm going to jump a little bit so you can see something for bigger kids. the Big Book of Rockets and Spacecraft. If you have been a VIP for any length of time, you know how I feel about the Big Book of books. Our Big Book of books have Big Book of Rockets and Spacecraft, Big Book of Dinosaurs, Big Book of Big Animals, Big Book of Sea Creatures. And the reason they're super cool, and one of the reasons that my frame behind me is so wonky, is because I wanted to make sure that I could show you guys all of this. Any of our Big Book of books are going to open up just like this. They're rather large books to begin with, but what makes them super cool is that when you open them up, they trifold out. So these are all sorts of cool rockets and all of the things that you can see inside those rockets, what it's all comprised of. Just like in the smaller space book for younger kids, this one has little nuggets of information also. So even for older kids, we still need nuggets of information. I'm going to share this one too. Also, oops, there we go. That was the one I wanted to share with you guys. You can see that is a ton of great info, and that is basically one page. Then you turn it, open it all the way on this side, and you get even more cool stuff. But again, because this one is for kind of 8 and up, you've got tons of great information in here. So it talks about the 1970 Apollo 13 mission was on its way to the moon when there was an explosion in one of the modules. The astronauts managed to fly home in the other module. In 1975, the Apollo Soyuz, I think I'm saying that right, test project was the first joint US-Soviet Union spaceflight. So it's got little nuggets of information, but they're able to retain things on a little bit higher level. So this is perfect for your space lovers that are about 7 or 8 and up. Moving right along with even more fun stuff. You guys, you know how I feel about flaps. I love flaps. You should love flaps too. Kids love flaps because they retain more information that way. It has been proven, I'm sure you've heard me say this if you've been a VIP for even a week, it's been proven that kids retain 65% more information every time they have something to manipulate while they're reading. It's why we encourage you to let your kids doodle while you're doing read alouds. Let them play with Play-Doh or putty or do magic painting while you read aloud to them, because they'll learn a little bit more. This is one of our flatbook series, Look Inside. We have, for those of you that don't know, there are 3 levels of Look Inside flatbooks. We have Peek Inside, those are for your toddlers and preschoolers. Look Inside is kind of the next step up, and then See Inside is for your kids 8 and up. The nuggets of information just get a little bit more detailed as they go through those series. So the Look Inside series is right smack in the middle for about kindergarten and up, okay? So this one has Blast Off. You've got space is everything that exists beyond planet Earth, our home. There are lots of strange things out there. Big chunks of rocks drift through space. These are called asteroids. People who go up in space are called astronauts or cosmonauts. Make sure I can show you that. And then you open this one. Oops. People who study it are called astronomers. So they can see the difference between astronauts and astronomers. Hey, Amber. I like, this one. This one is one of my favorite pages. So you've got the sun here, talks about that one. All of the middle of or core of the sun is around 3,000 times hotter than the surface. Where's the page I really wanted to show you guys, because I think it's just super cool. Talks about astronomers using very powerful telescopes to look into space, how people have gazed at space for thousands of years. Today, clever inventions let us see even further. This one talks about space questions. So space suits, who was the first person in space? In 1961, Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin was the first person to go into outer space. Gagarin orbited Earth in a spacecraft called Vostok 1. Before that, Russian scientists sent a dog into space, which we actually also have a book about. It's called Dogs in Space. And it looks, because it is an illustrated picture book, it looks like it would be just a fun fiction story. It is about the first dogs in space, so it's all nonfiction, but your kids can get excited about it and have no idea that they're learning. Another thing that I love about our books. Okay, I really want to just share with you, this one. The moon, and it has different, look, it shows you different phases by opening. I love flaps within flaps. I don't know why, but it turns me into like a tiny child. Every time I find a flap within a flap, I get really excited. I love these. Noah has loved this book for like 3 years. It's amazing. I actually got this book before I became a consultant, and he has loved it for a really long time. And you can see it's held up, even with grimy little brother fingers. Okay, while we are talking about things that fold out, if you haven't seen this one, it's super cool. This is our fold-out solar system. As soon as Noah opened this, he got it for Christmas. As soon as Noah opened this, my husband asked me to order a second copy so that we could like completely unfold it, both sides, and then frame it because it's so pretty inside. So I'm going to share with you. So you can open it like this, read it just like a book, just flip through and get the info. We played a little hard with this one, but open it just like this and get the information that way. So if you take it like in the car or on a trip, or yes, it unfolds all the way and gives you, like, this is not even an accurate picture of the whole thing. It goes from this side all the way over here. And you're going to get to see all the planets, and it is double-sided. So there's different information on the back. I don't want you to think that you're getting, there's planets on this side, there's planets on the other side too, but it gives you a little bit different information on both sides. And just like all the other books, little pockets of text. So Mercury, Messenger, Rosetta, all of that. And this cute little book. You would have no idea. Like if you just saw this on the shelf at a bookstore, you'd be like, that looks kind of neat. But until you open it, you have no idea how cool this is. Amber, I know you're my science friend, so you may really enjoy that one. For those of you that are a little bit more on the dreamy side of science, I really love this one. This is our Stargazers journal. It comes with this little thing on it. This is our Stargazers journal. It's so pretty. We also have, if you like these journals, we have a nature journal. Hey, Courtney. Oh no, I froze. That's no good. I hope I don't stay frozen. I'm going to continue and hope that I don't continue to be frozen for you. If you like these journals, like we have the Stargazer journal, it's brand new. We also have a nature journal and a travel journal. It's going to give you, and it tells you, there's blank space for keeping notes, sketching the night sky, writing poetry, or anything else you like. Turn the pages to find facts and tips on what to look out for. There are star charts at the back to help you identify which stars you can see at different times of year. So if you flip to the back, there's like, this is the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere. So you can see how they would see. I used to have this star chart that like spun in a circle depending on what day it was. So I knew which stars to look for when I was a kid, and it was the coolest present. But you can see like in May, you can look for these, April, and so on and so on. Go back one more. Okay. So what do you see in the stars? And it kind of gives you prompts down here to give you ideas. A sea monster, a mermaid, a lion, a storm, a moon goddess, a unicorn, a shark, a dragon, a king, a queen, a warrior. Can you see heroes and villains? Are they on an adventure, a quest, or a great voyage? So it helps your kids kind of, what am I thinking of? It helps them to kind of push their imagination. It gives you lined pages if they want to journal. It gives you all these cute little, like, I love little quote books. So this one says, the sun with all the planets revolving around it and depending on it can still ripen a bunch of grapes as though it had nothing else to do with in the universe. And that is a quote by Galileo. There's stuff about, like, there's the Mars rover on here. You've got drawing the night sky. It's just a really neat, I really like our little journals because they're not just, it's not just lines on a page. It gives your kids prompts and helps them bring their creativity to life. So this is also a really good gift for older kiddos. The travel and nature journals are good for that as well. Okay, just a couple more, I promise. I promise. Renee, did I unfreeze? Because I saw that you're back. Okay. We've got Ludwig the space dog. My girlfriends at convention said that I was saying it wrong. I will call him Ludwig. You can call him Ludwig. You can call him Louie if you want to. I won't mind. I won't tell anybody. This is such a fun book, and my kiddos love it. And I know what you're about to ask me. This is really neat because I'm gonna model for you guys. It comes with 3D glasses. What? Oh no, I hate that you're sick. It comes with 3D glasses because the whole book, I'm not going to be able to continue the live like this, but the whole book is in 3D. However, those of you that obviously are not wearing 3D glasses, you can still read the book. It's not going to give you a headache. I know, right? Don't I look super awesome? I should go everywhere like this. The whole book is illustrated in such a way that the 3D glasses make it super cool. Or you can read it without the glasses and it just looks flat. We also have Ludwig the sea dog, and now I am blanking on the other one that we have, but really fun. Ludwig is a book character, crazy, and his friends are all book characters, crazy, and they love to do different things. They love to play all through the pages of their world, but Ludwig has been dreaming since his creation of going to outer space. Ludwig also loved to read. His favorite books were about flying in space. So he daydreams, but he daydreams about his kind of outer space. So there's sausage planets and cheese moons because he's a dog. And one day, I'm gonna get to the good stuff. He tries to build like planes so that he can fly with mail, and it doesn't work. He always ends up coming back down. And so one day, crash bang, a rocket crashes. Ludwig couldn't believe his eyes. And out of the rocket came the pilot. Hi, I am a space explorer. I think I have a problem. And so Ludwig helps him fix his rocket ship that of course is broken, that of course he needs help with. And then he says, you and your friends are awesome. Would you like to go to space with me? And Ludwig says, of course I would. This is only the thing I've been daydreaming about forever. So they help him fix his rocket, and then Ludwig gets to go. He blasts off to outer space. All of his friends stay in their book. They wave him goodbye. Ludwig goes exploring in outer space. This one folds out too. He goes into outer space with all of my kids like to point out all of the funny planets when we read this one. So it's got like, you can see the orange, the bone, the little like, this one looks like a flying saucer right here. But when you look at it with the 3D glasses on, you can very obviously tell it's one of those like juicer doodads. What is that even called? The little, you know what I mean? The thing that you put the half of the citrus fruit on and you twist it and it makes all the juice come out. That thing, that's what is in there. It's really fun. And he sends his friends mail from outer space. It's really cute. I know that you are going to ask this question because I get this a lot. It does come with one pair of glasses. If you need more, let me know. If you're like, my kids would totally fight over that one pair of glasses, like mine do, holler at me because I can hook you up with extras. And the extras, I think, are like $3. They're not like, it's not crazy. You're not having to buy like a whole brand new book. Ludwig the Space Dog, super cute. Okay, last one. And this is the first book that we're going to give away. I'm actually going to do a drawing later this afternoon. My kids are super loud, you guys. I hope that you can't hear that through the door, through the computer, but I can hear them. They're being super loud. Maybe exploring space in their mind, or maybe just being brothers, because that's what they do. The Usborne Book of the Moon. This is one of our brand new moon space books. And, whew. I hope that is my hope every Tuesday, is to make one person like lose 100 calories laughing. If you lose 100 calories laughing, I have done my job successfully for this week. I shared a little bit of this with you guys on a different live. It's a clear night. The sun has set and the moon has risen. Tonight it's beautiful, big and round, lighting up the sky and shimmering in the sea. But here the moon looks like a sideways smile in the sky. Why has it changed its shape and how? There are lots of things to wonder about our mysterious moon. Where is it? Can I visit it? What makes it shine? How old is it? How big is it? Can I touch it? Does anything grow there? Is it alive? Sometimes the moon looks near enough to touch, but it's actually very, very far away. Earth, the planet where we live. If you could drive a car to the moon, it would take almost 5 months driving at top speed all the way. That is one crazy long road trip. I guess it wouldn't be a road trip. It'd be like what would you call that? Like a space trip. But a space trip would be in a rocket. I don't know. I'm totally like, woo, I'm squirreling off. The sun is a lot farther away than the moon. It would take nearly 200 years to drive there in a car. I mean, we don't have that kind of time. On Earth, every night, the moon looks a little different. Some nights, it looks huge. It seems to grow bigger and bigger until it's a full moon. And some nights, it looks as though the moon isn't there at all. There are different names for each size or shape of the moon. New moon, crescent, quarter, gibbous, full moon. And you can see the monkey, who is a gibbon, saying gibbon, and then the bird says, no, gibbous, like, obviously, you're crazy monkey. I love, it also has some, what am I thinking of? Folk tales about the moon. So for many years, thousands of years, people looked at the moon and wondered what it was and where it came from, but there was no way to find out, so they made up their own stories. According to people in Finland, once a giant bird laid 6 eggs on the goddess Ilmatar's knees. They fell and cracked. The whites became the moon and the stars. The shells became the earth and sky. The yolks became the sun. How interesting is that? People in East Africa said the moon was pale and dull until it stole a fire feather from the sun. The sun was angry and splattered the moon with mud, which is why the moon has spots. The Slavic people of Eastern Europe had different stories. Some said the moon was the sun's bald uncle. Others said the moon was a beautiful goddess. For some people in Central Africa, the story went, once there were 2 suns in the sky, but they made too much light and heat for everyone on Earth, so one of the suns tricked the other into going for a swim. The water put out most of its light, and so it became the moon. How neat. I love different stories from different countries. It also goes through and talks about Galileo, Thomas Harriot. There's literally all of the cool information you could think of, but in a cool picture book form. So again, tons of cool information, just in a new and different way. This is the Usborne Book of the Moon. It's brand new. It is the very first giveaway that we're going to be doing for Space Week. If you would like to be entered into that drawing, all you have to do is click over to our business page, Little Literacy Lovers, and I'm going to put a link to that in the comments. Go leave a review. Let people know how much fun you're having over here in the VIP group. Go leave a review, then comment here on the live and let us know that you have done that. If you've already left a raving review, just let me know. Just say, hey, Angela, I'm already on top of that. But if you haven't, then be sure to post that comment down here below. And you will be entered to win this Usborne Book of the Moon. I'm going to be giving away other cool space books across this week as you're participating and having fun and sharing with your families. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you've had a wonderful time with me. Hey, Susie. Hey, Christina. And I can't wait to share even more with you next week and more space stuff as we go on. One non-space related announcement that I have to make. This month, you guys, it's only $30 to become a book lady. $30. And you can start your journey with impacting literacy, getting a cool home library. I mean, maybe not as cool as mine, but super cool home library, and changing how your family bonds with each other through books. Only $30. It's only $30. And you can get all of that back in your first 30 days. So it's like no cost. Once you spend that $30, you're a consultant for life if you want to be. That means you get 25% back on all of your purchases forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. That to me is totally a no-brainer. You guys, it's a no-brainer. If you love these books as much as obviously you love these books because you're here. You're here in this VIP group. You should totally jump in. Holler at me and let me know if you have any questions, or you can post those in the comments as well. My team is having a Q&A this evening. If any of you would like more information, but not from me, if you're like, you're a little crazy and I need somebody to just give me all the facts, I totally understand that. I have lots of people on my team just like you. Then let me know and I can get you invited to that Q&A. But I would love for any of you, hey Susie, I would love for any of you that have any questions, please let me know. In all seriousness, you can impact your life, your family, and your home library for only $30 this month. So it would be crazy to pass that up. Thank you, Renee, and you're welcome. With that, I will leave you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday and a wonderful rest of your week. Have a good one. Bye.